An emotional reunion today between a World War II veteran and the tank he drove in Iwo Jima.
The Museum of the Marine Corps held a special ceremony on the 80th anniversary of Japan's surrender. Our Washington correspondent Maddie Beertemple reports.
I wouldn't be here today. We had made it.
100-year-old Corporal Leighton Wilhite saw for the first time in 80 years the tank he drove at Iwo Jima.
It's amazing. I never thought I'd ever see the tank again. Really, to me, that tank was my life.
Wilhite helped the U.S. capture the Japanese island and rescued fellow Marines under fire in the process. He earned the Bronze Star with Valor.
We were able to accomplish what we were out to do, and I was grateful for that. But you see, I was only 18 years old and scared.
Wilhite watched as Marines raised the Stars and Stripes on Mount Suribachi in what's now become an iconic image from World War II, and one that he was almost a part of.
I said, I'll help you. And he said, well, I got my buddies here. And I said, well, let them do it.
Connecting Wilhite with the tank, though, was a process.
This tank behind me is named Lucky. It's one of the only 6 identified Iwo Jima Sherman tanks in World War II. After Iwo Jima was secured, the tank returned to Hawaii to be converted to a flamethrower tank, but the Japanese surrendered before it could ever return to combat.
And eventually came to the East Coast, to Camp Lejeune, where ultimately she was pushed off into the woods at one point and left there.
Jonathan Bernstein is the National Museum of the Marine Corps' curator. He identified the tank, then found interviews online with Wilhite talking about his tank commander.
That was sort of the last piece that we needed. Wilhite was the tank's driver.
Connecting a specific tank with a specific crew, Bernstein says, is a challenge. But one worth doing.
The fact is that, they saved the world. Had the United States and its allies not stepped up and fought fascism and militarism, around the globe, the world would be a very different place.
Reporting in Dumfries, Virginia, Maddie Beertemple.